your first song, just make sure you introduce yourself, and we're going around in a circle. So it's one song after the other. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Here come our guests. Welcome, everybody. We're so glad to have you. It's good to see you on this Thursday, November 30th, the last Thursday of November 2023. Welcome to this incredible show. We have a Songwriters in the Round for you, and we're just so glad to be together and happy that we have such a beautiful audience joining us today. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring forward our artists today. We have Tempting Murphy, Neil Bennett, we have Bill Hernandez, and we have Terence Blacker. We have covered a large piece of the world here. We have Canada. Bill, I forgot, where exactly are you from?
I am from New York, but I live in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, so we're on the East Coast and you're on the West Coast. So we got another big part of this large continent. And Terence is over the water. Yeah. Uh-oh, you're muted, love. You just got to unmute my Terence because we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm up in East Anglia, about 2 hours away from London, in a very, very cold UK at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I heard it got very cold.
Yeah.
Well, I know you'll bring some warmth to everybody through all your music. So without any further ado, we are going to start the day with Tempting Murphy. And as it is with Songwriters in the Round, our songwriters will chit chat with each other and they will each perform 4 songs, but going in a circle. So they do one at a time. I will see you guys in a few. I'll be in the background muted because my dog is snoring. So we don't want her to make a mess. Good to see everybody.
I like your comment to Terence about being over the water. It's kind of like you're back on the wine or the beer again because you're over the water. Too much hydration. Hi, I'm Tempting Murphy is my musical name, so you want to look up any of my music, and I think the items will be in the chat. And I'm called that. I make a long story very short. I was in a 2-piece musical ensemble. My last name is Bennett, and my partner's last name was Grunberg. She's a cellist. And we thought Bennett and Grunberg sounded like a really shady law firm. So we thought, let's hit my lyric book and come up with a phrase. In one of my older songs, I said, I'm always tempting Murphy, chaos theory to my fate. One of my lighter lyrics. And we just stuck with Tempting Murphy. And it's kind of good. The idea that you're tempting Murphy's Law almost every day. That's tempting. Hopefully you don't succumb to everything going wrong. But sometimes, especially in these days, it seems a lot of things going wrong in the world. But anyway, and I've been singing and writing for half a century now. And I won't stop until I can't hold a guitar any longer, I guess. First song I'm going to sing, I have a lot of, I was raised in the Anglican Church, or Episcopalian, I guess it's called in the U.S. And my father was an Anglican minister. My brother is an Anglican bishop. There's all kinds of religiosity, if that's a word, in the family. It kind of missed me a little bit, although I really enjoyed being a choir boy in the Servers Guild. Didn't like the sermons very much. But anyway, I did like some of the terms. And this song is brand new. It's called an Epiphany. And it's more of a personal epiphany, but there are some religious, I guess it's a religious song, but a personal religious song, even though it's got some calls to action. This is called an Epiphany. Ooh, got too many buttons to push. Okay. So is glistening. The air is clear. I'm just waiting for a miracle to appear. It's about time for my luck to turn. no sign of that yet. This is my concern. I need an hallelujah. I need an amen. I need some good news. I need to begin again. I need an epiphany. I need to drive. I need to be glad that I'm still alive. The moon is hidden behind the clouds. The wind it is making ghostly sounds. The news is grim, the outlook is bleak, but this is no time for me to be weak. Need an hallelujah. I need an amen. I need some good news. I need to begin again. Yeah. I need an epiphany. Oh, I need to drive. I need to be glad that I'm still alive. This is my confession, my acknowledgement. This is the first lesson. Perhaps it's heaven sent. This is my declaration. I swear it's the truth. Without absolution, what is the use? Need an hallelujah. I need an amen. I need some good news. Need to begin again. I need an epiphany. I need to drive. I need to be glad that I'm still alive. The snow is glistening. The air is clear. I'm just waiting for a miracle to appear.
Nice job, man. That was great.
Thank you.
I love that.
Not exactly a happy tune to kick things off, but
That's a bit of a crisis song. That sounds like you've been going through some pretty heavy stuff there, Neil.
well, I think it's me as a member of the human race at this point in time. And I know people will say, oh, my father's time, my grandfather's time, they had obviously crises too, but it does seem that we are more over inundated, if I can use that as a word, with a lot of negativity with the things that are going on in the world right now. And not just overseas and Hamas and Palestine, etc., but also, you know, the right wingers become even more right wing and the left wingers, you know, the whole clash of, you know, almost brother against brother, sister against sister, it seems. So that was kind of the theme. It's not so much I have a few crises going on, as is per usual.
Everyone does.
Exactly, the human existence. But, and I like the idea about, and I was mentioning this to Bill before, that I'm going to play this at a wonderful musicians open mic we have here in Toronto, and I just know when I sing I need an hallelujah, I'm going to get an hallelujah right back. But it's very in the minor key though. It's not like, you know, like in a fundamentalist or Baptist church or something. But anyway, well,
yeah, I love that that line. I need an hallelujah.
yeah.
You're not tempted to go into from I to we at some stage with that song?
That's a really good suggestion, Terence. The trouble with going to we is that that sounds funny. Is that it's you can be more preachy. If it's just you saying this is my declaration,
Yeah.
it doesn't come across that I'm trying to get converts to my way of thinking necessarily. So
Yeah.
that's the balance and that's probably why I haven't done it. But it's an idea though. I will give it some thought. I always listen to my fellow songwriters because they almost always have wonderful suggestions. And ultimately as songwriters, we get to say, you know, yay or nay, like the Roman emperors to any suggestions that people make, but it's still great to hear them. So thanks for that.
Really good song.
Thank you so much.
All right, I guess I'll go. Hi, everyone. My name is Bill Hernandez. I'm living here in a beautiful, cold and rainy Portland, Oregon. Let's see, I've been doing this seriously for about 9 years. I worked at Nike for 24 years and retired 3 years ago to pursue this passion and hobby, and I'm really having the time of my life. But 9 years ago, I got divorced and started writing music and found it was just a great form of therapy. And I don't know if anyone out there does online dating, but it gives you plenty of material to write about. So the first one I'm going to do is called Counting on Tomorrow. And it's just about, you know, when sometimes you meet people and you're just kind of not in the same point in life. And it's kind of just about that. So it's called Counting on Tomorrow. I'm counting on tomorrow. It's never let me down before. I'm counting on tomorrow. I never want to close that door. Don't cry, it makes me really sad. Don't sigh, it's really not that bad. You can't miss what you never had. Don't hide, that's really not your style. Hard times, they're always worth the while. In time, you won't put me on trial. Maybe we will look back on this with no remorse, and then we'll reminisce about the chances that we missed, but we never took. Or maybe we can defy the odds and put our hands in the gods. I'm sure they have a prayer for heartache. Maybe we will look back on this with no remorse, and then we'll reminisce about the chances that we missed and we didn't take. Maybe we can defy the odds and put our hands in the gods. I'm sure they have a prayer for heartache. I'm counting on tomorrow. It's never let me down before. I'm counting on tomorrow to lead you to my door. And that's all I could ever ask for.
Nice one, Bill.
Thanks
Nice.
a lot. I appreciate that.
A little bit more positive than my song. So, so hope for tomorrow.
I'm trying to break
So-
out of
so-
just the relationship type songs. The ones I'm going to do later, I'm trying to, like, like I said, work my way out of that. But it's always good therapy to write about relationships, I think.
Oh yeah, it's good therapy writing music of any kind. I imagine, I think any art that you have a talent for and you dive into, I think it really does save on a lot of therapy bills. I know when I'm sad, if I'll grab the guitar, and sometimes it's reluctantly, and usually within 30 seconds or 40 seconds, whether I'm noodling with a new idea or playing an older song, suddenly, your whole spirit gets uplifted. And you can certainly put those, like the relationship songs, if that's happening with you right now, of course, that's a natural thing, write with what you know. And that's sort of what you know right now. And I do write them too, but even though I've been married for 51 years, quite happily, I still remember those days when things didn't go well. I think we all do. And I dwell on, look back to those days and for inspiration. But it's a great song, Bill. I really, really like that.
I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
So did that come? Did you say that came from online dating, Bill?
Yeah, it did. I met this woman who, we just were in different points in our life, and just kind of inspired that. Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
Did not work. Well, for a little bit, but no, I'm still single. So
it's quite weird because the song I wanted to sing to start with is also about. It's also about. I don't sing that many relationship songs, but this is also about meeting up with someone.
Oh, cool.
And it's about meeting up with somebody at the right time, and it's about how much luck has to do with finding the right person at the right time. And so for me, it's quite romantic. This is as romantic as I get. And it's called Where Would I Be? Where would I be if we'd never met, and there'd never been you and me? A sad sap on my own in a flat all alone, watching my daytime TV. If I'd missed that party so long ago, I'd turned up just after you'd gone. If the rhythm of days sent us separate ways, I never even would have known. We're all at the mercy of old lady luck. It's down to the spin of a knife. Fate takes a twist and you blink and you miss, and boom, there goes the rest of your life. What would you be now? I think I can guess. A wife, now blissfully wed, with some guy in my place, a big smile on his face, bringing you breakfast in bed. So when I feel tragic, I think of that night to banish my worries and strife. when truly lonely twosome became me and you. So boom, I hope for the rest of our lives. Where would I be now if we'd never met? That's a whole different history. A guy all alone in a flat, all alone, watching my daytime TV. Watching my daytime TV.
Oh man, that was awesome, buddy.
That was my romantic song. I'm sorry it was a bit rusty. I think that's the first time I've played it in public. It's very new.
More upbeat than mine, man. I like that.
It was so good. The three of you are quite amazing. What a trio. This is awesome.
I played that. I played that to my partner who's downstairs, and because it was about her, and I don't often sing so romantic songs. And we got to the end, and she said, "I'm not sure about trouble and strife." And I said, "It's romantic, aren't you moved? Aren't you? You know, didn't you like it?" And he said, "Yeah, I thought maybe." So she's so used to criticizing. I don't know whether this happens to you, Neil and Bill, when you're in a, you know, the first time you play it to someone is very, very tough. And so I was expecting her to have a little tear, but no, I'm not sure about that line. I don't think you quite got it right. Anyway, she's a tough critic.
All right, yep, mine is too. Bill's lucky in that regard. Yeah, Terence, I like the whimsical nature of your lyrics and especially your guitar playing. Your guitar playing is jaw-dropping for me. I just love it.
It was a bit fingers in. I got in a bit of a muddle there, but it's actually quite a difficult thing to do. That little, you know, that jug bandy, that John Sebastian kind of feel, which I love, and it's a really quite a difficult thing to do. And those guys from the jug band, I'm trying to think what his name is, but anyway, I find that guitaring, I love that style, but I don't do it that well.
Oh, it sounded pretty good to me.
Terence, I'm curious, what kind of guitar is that? I just brought a Breedlove myself, and I'm loving it.
Oh, I've got a Breedlove U.
Wow, okay.
Made out of, and I really like it. This is actually a handmade. It's made by a guy who's in South London. It's called Elysian, and I got it during lockdown. I'm very, very happy with it. It's got a very nice tone.
Kind of good.
It was a good guitar.
It was a good guitar.
Well, don't you hate that when that happens? You know, that happened to me once with this guitar, which is a Martin D28, and I've had it since about 1978. And I was a full-time teacher, and I was in the hallway outside my classroom with the guitar in a hard-shell case, talking to my principal. And out of the corner of my eye, I stupidly stood the guitar case up vertically. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye going, and I lunged for it. I missed it. I heard a crack, and the neck snapped in half.
No.
And it
was in its case, though.
It was in its case, but it still snapped in half.
Wow.
And that was this is many years ago, $575 repair. Which you wouldn't do to a cheap guitar, but to a D28 now will cost you $3,500 or whatever. But I've had this guitar through thick and thin, and it was owned by a student at Western University in London, Ontario, and he had a lot of drunken revelry, and I think there's a crack in the front, a cigarette burn on the back. He obviously did not treat a Martin guitar with the respect it deserved. And
it'll have a lived-in sort of feel to it. It'll probably improve the tone.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat, I forget who it is, comment on how much they liked the sound of the guitar. So thank you for that.
That's right. Yeah.
I need all the help I can get. Okay, I want to, although she looks busy at the moment, I'm going to dedicate this next song to Lauren, because I know she likes it. And it should be a love song, but no, it's not. because I love the fact she keeps inviting me back. That's why. But this is a song that she likes, and I promise you, after this song, my last two will be much more positive and much less negative. I promise. It doesn't mean there will be a couple of minor chords in there, but this is a bit of a protest song, and it kind of is all over the map. But I like it, and it all started with I noticed on our basement floor there was a huge dark stain. Yep, Lauren knows what it is. And I realized it was because my daughter feeds her our wonderful Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever raw food, and we have it frozen. And at some point in time in the past, it was left out, and the food thawed and then stained the floor. But that was the thought. I thought, if you go to an old house, obviously not a finished in an unfinished basement, you'll often see stains. You go, I wonder what caused that. Was it a murder? Was it, all kinds of things come to mind. Oh, Stella's here. Hi, Stella. Good to see you. And everybody else. But anyways, this song is called Stains. And that was how, as a songwriter, you get ideas. And there's all kinds of stains. It only starts with the one on the basement floor. And I think I'm about ready to go. There's a stain on the basement floor. I don't know why it's even there. Some mishap, some accident. There's a stain on the basement floor. There's a stain all over my heart, and it wasn't always there. There's pain and regret, and it still hurts. There's a stain all over my heart. Oh, life isn't always clean. Life isn't always easy. Of course, there will be stains. Oh, deal with them and move on. Yeah. There's a stain on the church's door. No scrubbing will remove it. Hypocrisy seems to me put a stain on the church's door. Oh, now life isn't always clean. Life isn't always easy. Oh, of course, there will be stains. Deal with them and move on. There are stains in the halls of power, echoes of broken promises, revealing and frustrating too. Oh, those stains in the halls of power. Oh, life isn't always clean. Life isn't always easy. Of course, there will be stains. Just deal with them and move on. Yeah. There's a stain on the basement floor. I don't know why it's even there. Some mishap, some accident. There's a stain on the There's a stain on the basement floor. There's a stain on the basement floor.
Very cool, Neil.
Thank you.
That's powerful stuff.
Who would think
That,
stains would make a topic for a song? But hey,
is that how the song came about? You saw a stain and you just
Yep.
came up.
yeah,
Wow.
I just noticed it. I was probably putting dog food because we have a freezer dedicated to the raw dog food. But every 3 months we have to go up north of Toronto to a place that sells duck feet, duck necks, mush made of tripe, and all kinds of wonderful stuff, which the dog absolutely adores. And so we go up about every 3 months, I say. So the stain was in front of that freezer.
I find it fascinating just how everyone comes up with ideas for songs, It's just, that's a great song just from just noticing something. It's cool.
Hey, we're observers, man.
Have you, Neil? Can I ask Neil? Have the subjects of your songs changed? I mean, you've been writing quite a long time. Have they changed over time? If you find?
Yeah, I would say, because when I first started, I was in my early 20s, I guess, and I played in the London, Ontario, not England, unfortunately.
Yeah.
A pale imitation, but still a wonderful place. and there was some wonderful coffee house there called Smales Pace, Change of Pace. And some people you may have heard of, Stan Rogers played there, the Good Brothers played there. A number of fairly well-known people went on to really good careers. And the people just like us. I was in a duo at the time called Bennett and Barnes, and we played there a number of times. It was such a great atmosphere. So those songs, that's what I'm thinking of. What was I playing then? They were almost all love songs then, almost all. I hadn't kind of expanded my horizons. Now I've got songs about stains. I've got one of my songs I'm not playing today is about loons and called Water Dance. Got to play that one next time for Lauren. And so I'm starting, and I think, obviously, not obviously, but this man has seen a lot of love, and you'll never see the kind of love that I had with you. Oh, what's that? The Guess Who? Obviously, with a face and lack of hair like this, I've been through a lot, and there's still love, obviously, in my life. And so I still have a lot of love songs, but I like to just sort of look around and kind of come up with ideas of things. And sometimes they don't work at all. I wrote the worst song I ever wrote was about the old TV show Gilligan's Island.
Love that show.
It was a great show. The song was terrible, but I just had to write it. It was, kind of tongue in cheek, and who's better, Marianne or Ginger? That was the line in the song too. So.
We've got to hear it later, I think.
Oh no, it's terrible. I'll send you a copy if you really want.
The Gilligan's Island song.
That's a much better song.
So, how did they have so much luggage for a 3-hour tour? That was my question.
Exactly. Oh, there are all kinds of preposterousness on that show, but it was fun. Great fun.
I guess I'll go to this. This song's a couple things about this song. It's called "On a Train," and a couple of weeks ago, I was having a conversation with someone. I was telling her, like, my biggest fear is dying. I just love life so much. I have 2 beautiful daughters. I love what I'm doing, and like I said, I just love everything about life, and I'm afraid of dying. And she was explaining to me that just heaven is this beautiful, magical place. Bill, you have nothing to fear. And I also wanted to write a song. I'm not this, born again Christian, but I wanted to write a song with Jesus in it and not really turn off people about it, and maybe Neil, you can relate to this a little bit. But I remember when I was a kid listening to Jesus Is Just All Right by the Doobie Brothers. And I just thought it was such a cool song. I didn't think anything about, Jesus that was in the song. But so that's just kind of the where this came about. It's called On a Train. I'm on a train with Jesus. I don't know where it's going, but I sure trust the conductor. He seems to be all-knowing. I'm on a train with Jesus. I love the scenery. Heavenly clouds all around. Angels as far as I can see. I'm tired of chasing the devil. I'm leaving that life behind. And if he asks about me, tell him I'm doing fine. I'm on a train with Jesus. I guess I get off here. I see those pearly gates ahead and a sign saying have no fear. We don't worry about tomorrow. We don't think about the time. And Jesus is getting off with me. I know I'll be just fine. I'm on a train with Jesus. I guess I get off here. I see those pearly gates ahead and a sign saying have no fear. We don't worry about tomorrow. We don't think about the time. And Jesus is getting off with me. I know I'll be just fine.
Good one.
I really like that. Nice.
And by the way, everyone thinks the Doobie Brothers wrote that.
Oh, who did?
Art Reynolds. He was a gospel singer, and I believe the Byrds recorded it before the Doobie Brothers. Or that's the one that I knew.
Okay.
And it's very, very similar in feel, but with the Byrds harmonies in it and whatnot. But it is. I felt the same way about that. Did you like the song "Spirit in the Sky" too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Norman Greenbaum, right?
Yeah, right. It was another one, another song of that ilk. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Bill. That's great.
Yeah, you mentioned you like a couple of your songs are talking about tomorrow, so I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of yesterday. Oh, McCartney did that one.
So I've got a song. So I see Jeff is in the house. Jeff is in Jeff's place.
So now I ended up back here. Yes, I was. Well, I was listening to you guys when you opened, but I was on the road and we didn't have enough connectivity. But I'm back in the house. Yes, nice to see you.
Good to see you. Well, I thought I'd play this. This is specifically for Jeff because he tells a very funny story about the person referred to in this song. A couple of weeks ago, I don't know whether whether Barbara Streisand's autobiography has gotten the news in America, but there's a lot of stuff here, and Barbara Streisand was saying she just wished she had had an ordinary life with ordinary bits of fun, just like ordinary people. And it was almost as if she had listened to this quite new song, which was about another famous person having similar thoughts, and but it wasn't Barbara Streisand. So this is for Jeff. I was drifting off the other night in front of my TV. I felt my phone start buzzing and someone asked for me. He said, "Hey, this is James Taylor." "That's right, sweet baby James. I've been looking for a favor and my people came up with your name." He said, "I was born many years ago, just a few days after you. We wear our hair the same way, give or take a hair or two. And hey, we both play guitar, though you're not nearly as good as me. I've been watching your simple life, and man, I like what I see. Your name and reputation are feathers on the breeze, and fame is just another sweetheart deal. You can have the fantasy, I'll take what is real, while you live your life just like Jane. She said, I know I'm famous, they tell me I'm dull, but I long to be nobody. I dream of being ignored. And hey, you've really got that gift. Man, you're out of sight. It's time you left those shadowlands, took my place in the light. So I had a word with the one I love, just to see what she would think. She went kind of misty-eyed, turned a gentle shade of pink. She said, hey, I really love his songs, I've always been a fan. Come, he'll be my handyman. Name and reputation are feathers on the breeze, and fame is just another sweetheart deal. You can have the fantasy, we'll share what is real, while you live your life just like Jane. Oh, Massachusetts, the maple and the pine, I tell myself I'm home where I belong. Here everybody loves me, they're all friends of mine, and I just have to strum a chord for them to sing along. My woman called me late last night, my people put her through. She went on about baby James, how the dog prefers him to. And hey, they love their simple life, the silence of the phone, and how they smile when they see my face on the cover of Rolling Stone. 'Cause name and reputation are feathers on the breeze, and fame is just another sweetheart deal. Now I've got the fantasy, but I'm missing what is real, while I live my life just like
Feel terrible.
yes, I've got the fantasy, but I'm missing what is real. 'Cause in my mind I'm going to the Waveney Valley.
Yay.
Cool
That was
song.
A bit of James.
You got to send that to James Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do. Absolutely.
It's a rather sad little fantasy. I don't really think I'm going to be on the front of the Rolling Stones, and I don't think James Taylor is going to be sleeping with my partner and preferring my dog.
Maybe
You
not
never
all
know.
of that, but metaphorically, anything's possible. You never know, you know?
Yeah.
You can imagine.
That was great, Terence.
Thanks.
Very good. I like that one. Okay. Well,
Can I ask you guys real quick a dumb question? What was your first concert? Mine was Sonny and Cher when I was 10 years old. I had a huge crush on Cher.
Wow. I think my first concert, the first ones I remember were the Who.
Wow.
The
Wow.
Who and Manfred Mann and Spencer Davis. They were all on one big double bill. Triple bill. I mean, it was amazing. Yeah. So I think that was the one my first concert. Probably.
Very cool. How about you, Neil?
Well, I had a sheltered childhood. Didn't go to many concerts, but I was a big music fan. But I guess the first sort of impressive concert I kind of went to, was Joni Mitchell. It was the Court and Spark tour. And I went with a friend who, shall we say, shared some recreational substances with me. And all I remember from the concert, and that's with the LA Express and everything backing her up, and all I remember is the beautiful, beautiful lights. And so I'm ashamed to say, but and we went in a Volkswagen. My wife was pregnant, and so she was the designated driver.
I think we've all been trumped by Amanda Green, who was in a recording studio with the Doors. I mean,
Yeah.
that is definitely, that's wiped us off. You know, our reminiscences. That's definitely won the first won that round, I think.
Yeah. Well, I shook Ray Davies' hand once. That was about he did a solo show, a tour about 5-6 years ago, and I'm not usually like that, but he kind of invited people to come to the stage after the show. There was one guy ahead of me who he brought his guitar, and he got Ray Davies to sign the guitar. I was second in the line, and I just wanted to shake his hand because he was a hero, and still is. But nothing like in the studio with the Doors. I've been in studios with Doors, but not the Doors. Okay. I promise to be, this isn't terribly uplifting compared to my previous songs because it's called Wintertime. And I think it's interesting because I wrote it this past July. And just, again, I guess it's like the way people write Christmas songs in the middle of summer to get them ready for the actual season. And being from Canada, though I know in parts of the States, New York State, Oregon too, I'm sure you get lots of wonderful winters. England, you just get more cold rain probably. Although it snowed on me in England one year in 1971 on the Isle of Wight. It was Christmas Eve. I better write a song about this. And
we get snow here, Neil. Don't diss our bad weather. You just say it gets cold and miserable. Yes.
Cold and miserable. But it was big, white, fluffy snow. When we came, we went to a Christmas Eve service in an Anglican church in is it Bembridge, Isle of Wight, and came out in these big. It was all because we were there from Canada. I swore that, but I know you do get snow there sometimes.
We do.
But so whatever your winter's like, hopefully this will all make you think about it. Maybe help you survive it too. Wintertime. Winter's long sleep, so dark and deep, no sound under blanket of snow. Winter gnaws at my very bones, and there's nowhere for me to go. It's always the same, starts and ends with the cold. It drives me insane, if I may be so bold, and find inside, hunkering down, it gets dangerous going outside. Windows of gray, art and ice, but my sense of freedom gets compromised. It's always the same, starts and ends with the cold. It drives me insane. If I may be so bold, blinded by blizzard, cold winds from every side. Pass through the door, season number 4. Right now it's winter time. Can't see much out of my window. I hear the howling of the wind. I feel like it's coming straight for me. No chance to begin again. It's always the same, starts and ends with the cold. It drives me insane. If I may be so bold, winter's long sleep, so dark and deep, no sound under blanket of snow.
It's nice.
Nice and
It
different.
had real atmosphere.
Thank you.
I could
I
see a
promise
music
the last-
video with that, Neil. I could see you doing a music video for that one.
Yeah, lots of snow falling gently. Maybe a lyric video. That'd be nice. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, Bill. Yeah, it's funny thinking about writing that in July. I guess I was thinking of all the winter things and just imagining myself being kind of where I am right now. But anyway, there you go. Winter
great.
time.
The guitar has such a nice tone to it, Neil. I really like it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Never
Yeah,
played a Martin, but
it's not quite in the era of the kind of the golden era of Martins. It's slightly just sort of on the cusp between that and the more modern ones. But I've got a good friend, Sean Laurie, who's played on here a few times, and he's got a couple of different Martins, and neither of them to me sound as rich as they're not as old. They're much newer, and I think that again the guitar has been played for tens of thousands of hours, so that has something to do with it too, I guess.
I remember someone asked me about they said what kind of guitar should they buy, and I said, someone had told me, Bill, you don't find a guitar, the guitar finds you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to go back to the old theme of heartache and love, and this is a song called Another Heartbreak Song, and it's basically about a long-distance relationship that just didn't work out. I tried to ask you about our situation. I tried to ask you if we were one, but you avoided the conversation before it even had begun. You never asked me or took an interest in things that mattered most to me. So I can't be there to pick up the pieces. Are there any left of you and me? But I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. Ooh, I guess all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. Why would you think that I would care to hear about your past affairs? Maybe we all have one thing in common. Maybe we all tried to make you care. But I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. Ooh, I guess all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. And if you ever change your mind, or you ever find the time, maybe we both can pick up what we left behind. But I know you have better things to do than to listen for any clue. Maybe you'll find out what went wrong. Maybe you'll finally hear one of my songs. But I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. So all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. And if you ever find the time, or you ever change your mind, maybe we both can pick up what we left behind. But I know you have things to do than to listen for any clue. Maybe you'd find out you're wrong. Maybe you'll finally hear one of my songs. But I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. So all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. Another heartbreak song. Another heartbreak song. That was so funny. Neil, you weren't muted, and I was trying to think, should I stop and tell Neil to mute?
No,
And I saw
I
Terence.
sent him a message, but he was in the zone.
I deeply apologize, Bill.
No worries, man. No worries.
I think I was singing along at one point, though.
That was a very catchy song.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Has that been recorded?
Yeah. I have a web. Bill Hernandez Music is my website, and yeah, it's been recorded. I work with a couple of producers, and
Yeah.
want to write a kind of a sad song, but kind of with a happy feel to it. So
Yeah, I know it really swings. Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that was so funny, man. I was like, is he playing along? Dude, what's he doing? Should I stop?
It's not as bad as Bill. There was a few Jeff's Places ago. It would have been in the spring. I was playing with Quiver, who's a brilliant Irish singer who appears quite, and I was playing her a song, quite a delicate little love song, not to her, but I was saying this would suit your voice. And unfortunately, I had a new dog, and the dog at the time I just started the song, and the dog was just down there, and she'd got a squeaky toy, and she started squeaking as I really got into the stride. It was a very, very beautiful song. I was just getting into the mood. So what do you do? I mean, I had the same problem that you did with Neil. Not that I'm saying that Neil sounded like a squeaky dog. But you keep going, and I tried to be a professional and keep going. It was a terrible mistake. I should have stopped and kicked the dog out the door. But do you remember that, Lauren? It was very embarrassing.
No worries. And Neil, no worries, man. It happens to everyone. No problem at all. But
So next, the week after next, I've got a show in London. I was trying to think of something, a kind of new theme, and to play new sort of songs that I don't normally play. And quite a lot of the songs I've played, I've been writing songs for about 12 years. Quite a lot of the songs I've done, and they've tied in with a particular moment in history. And for example, there was a lockdown song. And once you get past that moment in history, the last thing anybody wants to do is to be reminded of it. So there are quite a few songs that I haven't really sung very often. And I thought I'd bring them all together in a little nostalgic trip over the last 10 years. And I've called the show, I've called it, Oh God, Now What? Oh God, Now What? Songs for the Age of Anxiety. And I thought I'd have a little rehearsal of one song. It's kind of from a particular time you'll recognize from the title. I thought I might get into a little bit more trouble with this song, but I never did. And it was really about the great mood of the moment. Really, this was written about 5 years ago, but it's just true now, which is basically on social media, I'm right and you're wrong. And it was just trying to look at that and saying, maybe we should think a little bit more about this. Right. I saw a politician on the screen the other night, sweating like a pig he was under those studio lights. A frozen grin on his face, panic in his eyes. I saw that politician drowning in his lies. But then I got to thinking about this life of my own, what the good book tells us about casting the first stone. Yes, even as I watched him in my haughty disdain, I heard two little words echo in my brain. They went, me too. Me too, I've told some lies. Me too, I've made some dodgy compromise. If you're talking about integrity, well, it's guilty. It's guilty. It's guilty, guilty me. I saw a film producer on the Daily News. A nasty piece of work he was, with his bullying views. Moral Neanderthal, a groper and a purr. Well, I think we can all agree that guy got what he deserved. Then I got to thinking about other gender crimes, the bad things being done by the villains of our time, with their inappropriate suggestions and their clumsy, clumsy moves. And I heard two famous little words, even as I disapproved, they went, me too. There are some things I would forget, me do some breaches of basic etiquette. We're talking ancient history, but it's guilty, it's guilty, it's guilty, guilty me. Well, there are saints and there are sinners. There is wrong and there is right. That's the way we think these days. It's plain as day and night. With the good guys over here, apportioning the blame. and the bad guys on over there all languishing in shame. But then I got to thinking about the human way, how each of us is different in our many shades of gray. So all you angels out there, you can flap your wings and sing, while the rest of us sinners, we'll dance around and sing. We'll go me too. Let us all confess there've been times when we should say no, but we still said yes. Oh, let's all admit in our honesty, it's guilty you, guilty, guilty, guilty me.
Wow, man. I love that. That's such a cool song. I love the cadence on that, Terence. That's really
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm like a
It's
rap.
a strange song. It's a strange song.
Very cool.
Thank you.
What inspired you to write that? What was that?
I was just tired of everyone being so sanctimonious and accusing everybody else of being these terrible things. And I just thought we just need to look. I mean, I'm sounding a little bit holier than myself now. I just think that all of us need to look at ourselves and stop criticizing and think that we're thinking we are the virtuous ones and other people are doing all these terrible things. I was really just well, as I mean, I don't often quote the Bible in my songs, but let he who is without sin cast the first stone. That was really the idea behind the song.
Very cool. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Okay. Final round, I think. See, we're not square. We're round. Okay, this is my wife complains to me that I play new songs all the time and nobody has a chance to get to know my songs and want to hear them again. And she's got a bit of a point. So that's why with the 4-song selection today, I picked 2 new ones and 2 older ones. So I'm going to end with this older one. It's also the most positive one, I think, of the group. And I hope you like it. And it's called Life is a Diamond. If you take me where I wanna go, I would be so grateful, more you can know. If you share your love with me, my world would be complete, happiness to show. If you accept me and all my faults, I would be so thankful, I would smile all day. All the subtleties of life I would share with you. It would feel so right. I count my lucky stars, but it's so hard to find them. Count my blessings too. Life is a diamond. Troubles will be coming my way, and I can't seem to stop them, but I can remain strong. I can send them on their way, no reason to accept them, get on with my day. Count my lucky stars, so hard to find them. Count my blessings too. Life is a diamond. Light so bright, lights the shadows of my soul. to improve day by day. That has to be the goal. That has to be the goal. That has to be the goal. The goal. If you take me where I want to go, I would be so grateful, more than you can know. If you share your love with me, my world would be complete. Happiness to show. I'd count my lucky stars, so hard to find them. Count my blessings too. Life is a diamond. Life is a diamond. Life is a diamond.
Very sweet, man. Wow.
I'm sorry.
That was very positive, Neil.
What's that?
That was very positive.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very.
Too many minor chords, though.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah, what was the inspiration for that one?
Oh, that's a good one. It's kind of a bit of a role-playing writer and role kind of thing, you know, like I see this woman and potential partner that I'm smitten with, and you know, you would make my dreams come true. It was kind of like that kind of thing without being so overt about it. And also, no matter what, life is still absolutely, you know, this is part of the thing that makes life rich, even if the perceived partner to be didn't come around to my way of thinking, you know, it's still.
Were you married at the time, Neil?
Oh yeah, I've been married since I was 18, Terence.
Yeah. Yeah.
A father at 19. I think we kind of rushed things a little bit. But.
Yeah.
A grandfather at 20. No, I'm kidding. I was a little older.
Well, cool song, man. I really like that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. Thanks, Lauren and Jeff, by the way.
I guess this is my last song. I just want to say, hey, man, it's been just such a pleasure just playing with you guys, and you've definitely inspired me. So thank you. This song is I produced this song with a buddy of mine. His name is Andy Harrison. I said one of my favorite rock and roll songs is "I Need to Know" by Tom Petty, and I just always love that song, and I wanted to write something in that vein, but I wanted to write something upbeat. So usually, you know, a guy meets a woman, falls in love, and writes her a song. Well, now I can say I have the song. I don't have the woman yet, but I have the song, and it's called "Everything in the World." I can tell you anything, you even listen to me sing, and when I'm feeling down, you're always around, you're my best friend in town. And when I'm feeling blue, you know what to do, and I see an angel number, I love sharing it with you. You're my shoulder to lean on. You're my walls when my house is gone. When it's dark out, you're the light. You're everything in the world. That's right. You're everything in the world. That's right. You're everything in the world. And when I'm feeling blue, you know what to do. And I see an angel number, I love sharing it with you. You're my shoulder to lean on. Here are my walls when my house is gone. When it's dark out, you're the light. You're everything in the world. That's right. You're everything in the world. That's right. You're everything in the world. You always call to check in. You want to know if the Yankees win. You're always there to teach me a lesson. If it wasn't for you, I might be in prison. You're my shoulder to lean on. You're my walls when my house is gone. When it's dark out, you're the light. You're everything in the world. If I'm the Oreo, you're the cream. If I'm reality, you're the dream. If I paint it black, you paint it white. You're everything in the world. That's right. You're everything in the world. That's right. You're everything in the world. You're everything in the world. You're everything in the world.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was good. Very positive.
So, Bill, can I ask you a question, Bill? So you said you left. Was it a job in Nike with Nike 9 years ago?
I worked at Nike for 24 years.
Nike, I mean, yeah.
4 years ago, actually. Yeah.
And so now you're just music is your life.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm busier now than ever. I don't know how I ever had time to work, but I'm on the a board of 2 nonprofits, and one of the nonprofits is called Influence Music Hall, and I'm the music director. And we do this art walk, this first Tuesday art walk in Hillsborough, and it's my job is to put musicians in all these venues. So there's about 25 venues that take place, and I put musicians in all of them, and it's just a really cool thing that happens every first Tuesday of the month. And then we also put on I was telling Neil before, we put on an awesome open mic every Friday night. We've been doing it for 17 years. And our motto is that everyone's welcome, any level of talent. And it's just an amazing thing to see, teenagers, older people come in for the first time and play in front of a crowd. And, you can just see them light up once they get over that hump. So I'm having the time of my life.
So do you wish you'd done it earlier? Do you wish you'd left Nike
I don't
earlier?
have any regrets. No, I mean, the timing was right when I left Nike. It was right before COVID, and both my girls were grown, and I just decided life is too short not to pursue what you were really passionate about.
Good for you. That sounds great.
And yeah, I'm having, like I said, time of my life. And my daughter's obsessed with London. She actually went to school in Richmond, and
Did she?
When I went to watch her graduate, I said, I'm a huge Beatles fan. So we went to Abbey Road, and I got a picture of myself crossing Abbey Road.
So you mean Richmond in West London, down there?
Yeah.
What was the school?
The American University in Richmond.
All right.
Really small campus, only about 1,000 people. Richmond's beautiful. I'm sure. Have you been to Richmond?
Yeah, I used to live near there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's obsessed with all things London, man. I think she lived there in a past life or something.
Okay, so when you're booking for your hall, just remember, if you ever need anybody from the UK, I am available. I'm very available. I'm always available. So this is my last one. I just wanted to I want to thank Lauren and Jeff for keeping this great musical conversation going. It's just such a lovely thing. It's certainly a lovely thing for the musicians, and I hope it's for those listening to us.
Oh, it is, and it's more fun for us because it feels like you guys are running the show today, which is really nice. I mean, it's a pleasure to listen to you chatter, and it feels like we are at a coffee house, and we're in the background, and you guys are doing your thing magically, and and beautifully. So thank you for that. And it's really nice. So great. We may not speak much today, but we're totally in awe and gratitude to all of you for coming back and for being present. And really, really nice to have a place to come to well, not only great people are here, great music, and it's just a place to be. So I thank you for that, and I am grateful to just the chatter between all of you is just so wonderful, and I like it. And you guys are fun. You're fun and entertaining to listen to and to interactions with. And I like the fact that Bill's hitting you guys up on the inspiration behind your songs. He's sort of taking Lauren's role or my role in it. And I love it, and I love the way it's going. So thank you for being here, and it's
Jeff's place it's become a bit of an institution. It's such a fantastic idea, and it's
well, thank
really
you. And we couldn't do it without amazing artists like yourself. So thank you for being who you are, and thanks for the dedication to the James Taylor song. I'm still thinking about those lyrics, and maybe what you wrote about may not happen, but sitting down with James and having a conversation could happen. You certainly could talk to him about his inspirations in his life and things that took him down different paths. And even if he wouldn't necessarily act on your lyrics per se, some of the story there, the sub story could actually happen. So you just never know. You just never know.
Do you know the inspiration for that song, Jeff, was I was looking online, and you remember I used to do a sort of weekly streaming thing in lockdown.
Yes.
And you get a few people in, and it was fun. And I'd struggle with the technology, and Angela, my partner, would help me out. I was sort of very similar scene on YouTube. A guy about my age in the kitchen, struggling with the telephone, his family helping him out. And I thought, he and I are pretty similar, but the only difference was I had about 30 people tuning in. He had 2 million. And it was James Taylor, and I thought, maybe that's where that song began. That rather sad little sort of fever dream of a song started there.
All good. Well, you guys are amazing. Thank you, and Lauren, thank you for doing your stuff. I don't mean not to have you. Sorry I muted you before, but you were making some noise, and I had to just do my thing. Sorry, Lauren. We do love you. And shout out to Ronnie, who's in your room. But anyway. Back to you, Terence.
So this is a last song. It's not a very appropriate last song because it's sort of a bit of a downer. But when I was playing on early Jeff's Places, sometimes I was playing with brilliant people like Coleman, Quiver, and Oisin, sort of young singer-songwriters, and they were all singing about first love and being jilted and all that, and then not being misunderstood. And I realized that I couldn't really sing songs like that. There comes a stage when it's a bit undignified. And but I do like singing about relationships. And this is a song about something which I don't think many people have written about, which is about being in a long-term relationship and having a terrible row, and how you feel after that. And it was written. This is fairly autobiographical, and it's called "Let's Go Out and Pretend We're Happy." Ruby is on her chair in the kitchen. Something's wrong between us, she can tell. She watches with one eye, gives a melancholy sigh. That dog knows us too well. The silence after bitter conversation. But the hurt hangs in the air. Thank God for that old invitation. Let's go out to pretend we're happy. catch a glimpse of you as you get ready. I'd like to speak, but the words would come out wrong. The frown on your face seems somehow out of place. I won't keep this up for long. They say that I'm from Mars and you're from Venus. Right now that old cliché's feeling true. So let's put a crowd of people between us. Let's go out and pretend we're happy. But there's too much noise and way too much drinking. Both of us are wishing we were home. Heaven only knows what we were thinking when we went out to pretend we're happy when we're almost there. So let's go home and just be happy.
How can you not be happy after hearing that, my friend?
Yeah, it's a weirdly jolly song about a row. Yeah,
It's a cool song, man.
It's great. Wow, you guys
Did you
are
have a fun show,
amazing.
Lauren? Did you enjoy yourself?
Of course, it was awesome. What is there not to enjoy? It was an incredible show.
And by the way, are you putting a plug in for next week's show?
Oh, there is a show next week. We're having a $5 concert series. Column and Quiva are coming together to do a little bit of, I guess, seasonal music. I'm not exactly sure what they're planning, but Column and Emily have been doing those shows since the early spring, I guess. And now Quiva's jumping in. And it's an opportunity for all of our performers to like pick a Thursday or a Wednesday. They're doing theirs a little bit later. It's going to be 3:30 p.m. instead of 2 o'clock Eastern, 3:30 Eastern, which is let's see if I can add 8:30 UK and in Ireland. That has a lot to do with their own scheduling and stuff. But
Cool.
that will be next Thursday. It's already on the website where this is, and it'll be great. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. Thank you to our audience for being here. We're so glad to have you. It's good to see everybody. And Jeff, it's good to have you back.
I'm happy to be here. Lauren, thanks for running the show when I'm not here. It was fun listening in the radio and listening to you start the show. And guys, Neil and Bill and Terence, thank you so much for your support, and everyone who's been watching and listening from around the world. Thank you. Happy holidays to all of you. And
We'll see you soon.
yes, it's well, I think every day's holiday season some level. So anyway,
Exactly.
love to all of you. Thank you so much.
Sure, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye, Neil. Bye, Bill.
Bye, guys.
Yeah,
Bye.